Bapak Sabta Nirwandar, you may take the floor. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big applause for this last discussion. Thank you.
Rama, what you wearing this? Modest fashion from which brand?
Tenun Gaya by Wignyo. This is a very remarkable masterpiece. Yes.
This value only 3 million rupiah.
Oh, really? Wow. How do you know? Okay, Bapak Sabta, the stage is all yours now.
Okay, I think this afternoon we are going to continue our discussion or our halal dialogue globally, but dialogue between me and only just for the speaker due to the time limited. But anyway, we learned many things from this morning until this afternoon. I think from different perspective and also from different country. I think that's interesting. I just learned from Korea, from China, from America. Okay, this last session, but not least, is going to be interesting also, this session. I would like to invite Mr. Abdal, is here, Mr. Abdal. And also Pak, it's very small, I cannot read. Mana Rahma, you can help me. Pak Yandra, ya, dari IPB, mana Pak Yandra, please. Ya, kita. Give big hand from Professor Yandra from IPB, Bogor. And Pak Abdanur Hidago Palio, I think this is from Chile. From Chile, right? Yeah, dari Chile, yeah. Please, Pak. Please come to the stage, please. And Pak Jaka Gabaldi, this is also from Halal Council. Please. Yeah, please come to the stage. Mahmud Tandri. I think Pak Mahmud, where is Pak Mahmud? Please join in this interesting conference for the Halal Global Dialogue. And there is two from virtual, from online. I will check from online. There is our brother Fazal from Singapore. You already online. You already on video, Hardin. Please check. And there is second one from Faruk Simon from Lithuania. Wow, this is far away. He's also online.
I'm here.
Hello, good afternoon or good morning for you from Lithuania.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Pak Abdal, there's something still busy time in next door maybe. I will start to give some according the schedule. Maybe I would like to give a chance from Indonesia first, Pak Yandra. Maybe you can explain a little bit about the global halal industry perspective, maybe special in Medi cluster. Maybe you can see also from food perspective and other things related to the food, Yandra. And please, you take your time, but still because we are Running the time, the 10 minutes is possible. Thank you.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I would like to present my presentations about the halal blockchain technology. Or actually it's halal supply chain, but because now we are already in digital technology, already in what we call the digital era, that's the best technology right now for traceability, trace the halalness of the product is using artificial intelligence and blockchain. This is about me. I am the lecturer at Department of Agro-Industrial Technology in IPB University, and also working in the halal centers, and also in what we call the brain is blockchain, robotic and artificial intelligence network. That is, we are now working with BPGPX to make the halal certification, to reduce the lead time for halal certification from maybe 60 days. Right now is maybe 30 days, hopefully in the near future, very near future, it could, achieve the target to 21 days using artificial intelligence and blockchain technology. So this is actually the first point of my, actually I have only 5 points of presentation. First is about what we call the transformation of conventional supply chain management to modern or digital supply chain. Conventional supply chain is very long, is not recorded, the data is not recorded appropriately in the good information system, and also centralized, meaning that using central database, and also halal traceability will be difficult because of the forgery, will result in delays in halal audit process, and also could lead to food fraud, food adulteration. So we have to hijrah, in Islamic word hijrah, in Western word, English, we call it transformation. Transformation conventional halal supply chain into what we call the supply chain with treaty, trusted, transparent, and traceable. Using the technology, in this case, the best technology right now is blockchain and artificial intelligence. So this is actually the new system. You can see the difference. Halal traceability blockchain use distributed database, so everybody can see the database and nobody can cheat. So we will have what we call trusted, traceable, and transparent halal system. So you cannot mix the pork with beef and with other non-halal ingredients, including maybe, like additional additive and so on. So why blockchain is 3D? Because the data is stored in what we call the block. Block is like a paper. Actually, blockchain is a computer program. It's very abstract. It is a computer program, but it can be illustrated as the block is the paper, and chain is its paper, or its nodes is linking with the other nodes. So when you try to change or to, revise illegally, change illegally the notes or the records, you cannot do that. Yeah? So that's why it's transparent, immutable, and also traceable. So now using blockchain, you can trace the originality of the product, authentication of product in only seconds. Yeah? Compared to conventional manual, it takes maybe 1 month to trace, yeah, this is halal or not. But using conventional information system, you use computer, but you use traditional or conventional information system, it takes maybe 1 week. But if you use blockchain technology, it takes only seconds to trace the content, the halalness of your product. The challenge is about the technology, the mindset of the leadership, knowledge and skill, and also infrastructure and regulation. So the challenge for the application of blockchain technology is not only about the technology. Yeah? If we can make the technology, if we can develop the technology, yeah, then we think about the mindset, people mindset, leadership mindset, about knowledge and the skill of the people. Not many Indonesians right now knows about blockchain. Not many Indonesians knows, have a good skill about the blockchain. And also about infrastructure and regulation. Yeah, right now there is no regulation in Indonesia that regulates, yeah, or speed up the implementation of blockchain technology. This is the strategy. Yeah, we have to, educate people. We have to what we call the change the mindset of the leadership of the leaders, and also build the good infrastructure for our blockchain technology. And this is the research about blockchain in IPB University. We have been conducting research about the blockchain technology in our university since 5 years ago, since 2017. Yeah? And right now we have quite a few. Yeah? The result, prospective result, as can be seen in the slide. We are designing smart contract, halal beef agro-industry supply chain, and also the blockchain-based halal industry beef processing supply chain in collaboration with many institutions, including Ministry of Education and Culture, of course, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Religion, in this case BPGPX, yeah, who organized this meeting. Yeah, we have already make a collaboration with BPGPX and also other ministry and institution. This is about the future development. This is the project we are planning to do with BPGPX, Halal Certification Platform. Right now, we have an initial result that we have been reducing the halal certification process from months to only days. And maybe the target is 21 days. According to the regulation in Indonesia, hopefully in few weeks, it can be realized. This is the path towards the, speed and also accurate certification process. Without blockchain, it could be impossible to make a certification, yeah, speed and also on time, because we need to trace the halalness of the product in, very, very short time. So this is the algorithm, because blockchain is computer stuff. This is the algorithm of blockchain technology. Yeah, in this case, the artificial intelligence serves as the feeder for the blockchain. Right now, we try to manage the data so it can be read quickly by blockchain. The data is now still noisy. You know, the data in Indonesia is not quite good, so we need to what we call to prepare that, yeah, to make up the data so they can be read by the blockchain platform. This is actually strategic planning for the future, yeah, intended for medium and large industry, not only for small and medium industry. So we want to make what we call the halal traceability blockchain platform in coordination, under coordination of BPGPX, and in this case, IPB University act as the technology advisor. And then, of course, we could collaborate with other universities, with also implementation agencies, yeah, because as I mentioned before, blockchain is not only about the technology, yeah, it's about the people also and so on. And then we want to make it by ourselves. We want to realize the Indonesian blockchain platform. We don't want to, you know, because our human resource is quite good, yeah. So it is possible for us to make a blockchain. Need also support from all stakeholders, and it is expected to be finished in 2024. So we have a very good, you know, halal traceability platform with blockchain, and then we don't only, we can use it not only for our country, Indonesia, hopefully in regional level, yeah, we can also use blockchain for Malaysia, for Singapore, for Thailand, yeah. We can collaborate, we can connect our blockchain to the other countries, our neighbor blockchain. It is possible. And at the end, yeah, we could connect our blockchain technology to the world blockchain. So we want to, what we call, we want to build, yeah, international or global blockchain platform. So with that, yeah, hopefully we can achieve Indonesia, yeah, as our, you know, goals to make Indonesia as the what is called center of halal product, yeah, center of world halal product. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Pak Prof. Yandra. Please take a seat. I think I have still one question for you, but after all, later on I will ask you about the readiness of the ecosystem of Indonesia, especially for the industry side. Now, I think before we proceed, our speaker, eminent speaker here in this stage, I would like to invite Fazal Bahardin from Singapore. He's online from Singapore. He will update us about the tourism, halal tourism or Muslim-friendly tourism, or depending on definition he will use. Pak Fazal Bahardin, hello.
Assalamualaikum, Pak Sabta. How are you doing?
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, doing well.
That's
doing
good,
well.
yeah. Please, you
Can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear clearly.
All right.
Clearly, no problem. From Singapore is nearby, right? Just
Okay.
please update about halal tourism or Muslim-friendly tourism. With
Right.
us here, there's so many audience, you know. There's also online, hybrid and online.
Right.
Yeah, and of
Right.
course, what's the difference before and after pandemic COVID, right? And also the last one,
Right.
update also about the potential of tourism from over the world to Indonesia and also via Singapore, please.
Right. So thanks, Pak Sabta. Assalamualaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thanks for inviting me for this session. I'm really sorry that I couldn't make it all the way to Jakarta, unfortunately. So the topic that I was given per Sapta, which I had prepared, if you can see my screen, I think hopefully, is on the sustainable halal tourism in post-pandemic era. I hope you can see my screen. So that's what I have prepared, a brief overview of my thoughts on that topic. I think this topic of sustainability has been even before the COVID-19 started. Sustainability in tourism was a very trending topic. A lot of people were interested in this topic. How to make tourism more sustainable, and also among the Muslim travelers, this had more relevance to them as well. Especially, I think among the younger travelers, we saw that even before the COVID, that the awareness of making a social impact. Making sure that you give back to the community, making sure when you travel that you protect the environment. So these are some of the things that which already started before the pandemic, and of course in the Muslim travel market, this has much more relevance as well as Muslims. These are some of our this is part and parcel of our faith as well. So I think it started before the pandemic. What pandemic did actually was to really raise to a much higher level the awareness of being community conscious, being environmentally conscious when it comes to travel, when it comes to everything, I think, but in particular the travel. The younger generation are becoming really the agents of social change. We see that in general, but we see that also as we look at the Muslim, we have done quite a bit of studies on the Muslim millennials, and we are releasing another report on the Muslim Gen Zs, and they are definitely more and more looking for travel which has a purpose, there are many names which are being used. Meaningful experiences are something that more and more people are using. So they are also getting drawn towards a meaningful experience, so that they can contribute to the communities that they visit, and also not harming and protecting the environment. Environmental issues are huge today. We see what's going on in terms of floods, in terms of forest fires all over the world. So I think these are real issues that we are facing now. And I think the Muslim travelers are incorporating them into their travel, I would say travel intentions, and especially so among the younger travelers. How do you?
Brother, I
you?
just want to make sure. How about the senior? This is less concerned about the sustainability. What do you think?
I think it's not less concern. I think all of them are concerned. It's that the level of exposure the young people get are much higher to this subject than the older people who are not really, in and out of the internet and looking at what's going on. I think it's the level of exposure. The I would say the digitally savvy younger people are getting, that's driving them to be much more. I would say much more interested and much more wanting to contribute to this than the older people. I think it's not about them not interested; it's that they are not really exposed to that level compared to the younger people.
Okay.
Yeah, we all, whether you're young or old, we are taught as Muslims that we need to take care of communities. We need to take care of the environment. This is part and parcel of the DNA of Muslims. It's just that the current awareness is much higher among the younger population. Does it answer your question, Pasapta?
Yes. Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Okay. You can still continue. You have still time. 2-3 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
So I think So we actually see that a lot of people are now beginning to choose, intentionally choose, eco-friendly travel options. We are looking, especially youngsters. Recently, we did a tour to Uzbekistan, a tour package to Uzbekistan, which was also really getting much more deeper into the history of Uzbekistan, understanding Uzbekistan from a very deeper level. So this trip that we did for Uzbekistan was, I mean, everybody now goes to Uzbekistan. I think Pasafta has been there many times during the last 12 months, I think. Uzbekistan has a lot of Islamic history, but what we wanted to do with this tour was, to really get somebody in the tour who can also relate to how these many scholars of Uzbekistan in, 1,000 years ago, or, 900 years ago, how they contributed to the Muslim community, how they became legends like Imam Bukhari, Imam Tirmizi, Imam Muslim. So we wanted to really connect them with the local history much deeper than a travel guide or a tour guide would do. So that was really interesting, and a lot of people, joined the program. So I think these are the things that the especially Muslim tourists are looking to also, look at the local communities, give back, protect the environment, and also get a deep dive into the Islamic heritage of the location. So travel, I think more and more, it's still a small, I would say it's still a small subsegment of the travel market. I mean, still most of the general travelers are still going for, general sightseeing, shopping, and beach, which are the main things. But there's a growing population now, growing travelers, especially among the Muslims as well, who are looking for what they call meaningful travel, where they can, look after these things like what I mentioned before. So I think that's something that we will see more and more. So what we actually did, this is what we did in 2019. So 2019, when we launched the Global Muslim Travel Index in Jakarta, where Pasafta was there as well, in April of 2019, we launched what we call Halal Travel Development Goals, where we identified 5 goals. And one of the goals, which is number 5 here, we introduced the well-being and sustainable tourism. So this was before we, the pre-pandemic. So because we really identified when we continue to do research in terms of our online surveys and all that, we realized that this is a subject that more and more Muslims are getting interested in. So that was, part of the halal travel development goals that we sort of structured so that it makes easier for travel stakeholders to look at when they are building, products and services to the Muslim market. We also, in 2019, we also introduced what are the key drivers for the Halal Travel 2.0. Of course, this we stated in 2019, and then it all stopped in the next 2 years, 2020, 2021. But we still see, in terms of the key drivers going forward in the halal travel market, social activism, responsible and accessible tourism will continue to be key drivers, and even more so now than when we talked about in 2019. We also, in our model of faith-based service needs, which is the model that we use in terms of what are the key needs of Muslim travelers when they travel. Once again, 2019 was Global Muslim Travel Index 2019 was one of the key GMTI reports that we have released, where we introduced a number of new elements to it. And one of the things that we did was we updated the faith-based needs model with introducing social causes and local Muslim experiences as some of the important faith-based needs that needs to be taken into account when you're building services and product for the Muslim market. So I'm running out of time. Once again, I just wanted to reiterate our Global Muslim Travel Index 2022 that we released in Singapore about 2 months ago, where we are looking at and restating some of those sustainable tourism elements that we need to take into account. So this year, in the Global Muslim Travel Index, Global Muslim Travel Index, where we rank 140 destinations, how Muslim friendly they are based on the ACES model. And in this year's model, we also introduced under the environment category sustainability initiatives. So going forward, we're also going to see how the destinations what are the sustainability initiatives the destinations are taking in the tourism field. So this is going to be one of the criteria in our ranking going forward. And then I think that's probably it, Sapta. So I think just to summarize, I think the sustainability initiatives are going to be key both for destinations as well as for travelers who are visiting those destinations.
Yeah. Thank you, Brother Barin Fajal. Give a round of applause for him. Yeah, thank you.
Very much.
But I do hope you stay online. You can also see or following our discussion. You have a potential destination. There is some brother from Chile here and from German and others also from Lithuania. Maybe also a potential destination after Uzbekistan, what we said. Yeah, right? Okay,
Thank
brother.
you. I'll be online. I'll put off my mic and my camera.
Yeah. All right. And I would like, as you know, our brother from Lithuania, you have to be patient a little bit because I would like to give a chance first for our brother from Chile. So sorry if I pronounce not correctly your name, Abdelmour Hidalgo Wallace. Is it correct? Yes, please. You want to speak Spain or English? Okay, English, Arab, and Spanish. You know, habla español, right? Please, thank you, brother. This is from Chile, Santiago. It's far away. 24 hours flight, right?
2.5 days for come here.
Okay.
Wallah,
I love it.
this very one big trip.
Yeah.
Wallah.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, I'm very happy.
You have a wonderful country, and as that our brother in Bazada will noted as also pro halal tourism destination.
Sure. Welcome.
Please, you can start your presentation.
Before, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Before I need give my merciful for the organization, for Indonesian government and GBP Aceh about the halal authority here in Indonesia. And thank you very much for my brother Muhammad Zan, because he's very special person. Because you know this organization is not easy. I know this system is not easy. Well, I am sure you have many people here in no sleep for or make this event, because it's very difficult. But alhamdulillah, I give my thank for Mr. Ambassador from Chile. He come here for sport, and Mr. Fernando from Ministry of Agriculture from Chile. My English is not very good, but alhamdulillah, I try for this intervention. Today, I talk about the halal in a country with the minority Islamic community. You know, this situation is not easy. But I give you one little video for Chile. For you explain, because nobody know where is Chile, what is exactly this country, because it's very far from here. Please, this video.
En lo más profundo del sur y la Patagonia chilena, verde, amplia y fértil, nacen y se crían animales a base de pastoreo libre, con procesos y manejos 100% naturales y libre de hormonas, rodeados de volcanes, ríos, lagos y montañas vírgenes. Un verdadero paraíso para los bovinos de razas Angus y Hereford. El proceso de crianza se realiza bajo los más altos estándares de calidad, seguridad alimentaria, bienestar animal y con la más moderna tecnología para su certificación halal y trazabilidad. La mayor producción de corderos se concentra en la zona austral de Chile, específicamente en Magallanes, lugar de extensas praderas y tiernos pastos, en un lugar lleno de historia y cultura chilena, quienes por siglos han conservado esta arraigada tradición. Para la exportación halal de estas carnes se cumplen los más altos estándares de calidad y seguridad alimentaria. Estos corderos crecen y se alimentan de pastoreo libre en condiciones naturales incomparables, lo que les da un sabor único debido a las particulares condiciones de crianza. Este producto es reconocido mundialmente por su sabor único y destacado valor nutricional. Los colmenares se encuentran a lo largo de todo Chile, con una mayor concentración en la zona centro-sur, siendo así un país con la particularidad de producir y cultivar variedades de mieles con diferentes propiedades. Su recolección se lleva a cabo en praderas y bosques nativos, pudiendo así desarrollarse de manera libre y natural con los cuidados más estrictos en los manejos. La variedad de la miel dependerá exclusivamente de la alimentación de las abejas, siendo el ulmo, quillay y otros árboles autóctonos lo que le aportará una identidad y calidad única, logrando así una gran brecha de diferenciación en calidad nutricional y biológica. Nuestro salmón del Pacífico Sur, producidos en los fiordos más australes del mundo, caracterizados por su rica y diversa fauna marina y rodeados de vírgenes montañas. Su producción y selección está basada en los más altos estándares de sustentabilidad con conciencia social hacia la comunidad que lo rodea. La modernidad y rigurosidad de sus procesos garantiza un producto de alta calidad, delicioso sabor, atractivo color y suave textura, características principales de nuestro salmón chileno. Destaca también su alto valor nutricional, excelente fuente de proteínas saludables, rico en ácidos grasos esenciales, nutrientes y vitaminas. Sus cultivos se encuentran principalmente en la zona central de Chile, en praderas cuyos manejos son excepcionales, teniendo en cuenta la sustentabilidad y buen uso de los recursos naturales, aprovechando las condiciones del clima, logrando entregar así un producto altamente saludable, rico en vitaminas, minerales y ácidos grasos esenciales e intenso, y característico sabor único en el mundo. Nuestro Centro de Certificación Halal de Chile acompaña a los productores chilenos desde hace 12 años, garantizando a los consumidores un producto de alta calidad, velando sobre una economía sustentable y con los más altos estándares en los procesos halal. Chile Halal, su certificadora halal nacional.
Jazakallah khairan. This video is very long, but it's very important because this country, you have very good place in the world for many products, with the salmon, with the almond, nuts. You know the situation in South America. You have very big country, Brazil, Argentina, but Chile is very little. Little and community because you have 6,000 Muslim people here, no more. But this Muslim is very active. He have good intention. And you know, you have many countries in South America, Uruguay, Paraguay, Venezuela, Nicaragua, Salvador, and Panama. These countries, he have little community, but he no have solution for the halal for any days. For eat halal is very important. But this action with the Chile Halal, it changed this system with this little community. It's sure it's very difficult we compare with Brazil or Argentina because this is the first place in the world, Brazil with the chicken and Argentina with the beef. Alhamdulillah, the situation with the halal now with this country, we have solution with the beef halal in all supermarkets. Why is important for this community? You have halal for eat, but this halal is one solution for eat, but one solution for work for economic stability for this community. Because this halal is not only make halal, it is not only make Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, and you make beef. It's very important your action in this country, because this country, you have this community, it needs work, it needs this benefits about the halal market. Sure, this Indonesia is very big country, 208 million people in Prox, 220 million people, subhanAllah, is very incredible. It's very big country, subhanAllah. And this, I am sure, this country from South America, example Chile or Bolivia, Peru, he have intention for try for have halal, sure, with the halal, with the quality. Before time when I go in Chile, 12 years before, when I talked with this company, Mister, please, I come for make halal with your company. Say, what is halal? You crazy? Halal is not for us. Okay, go. Say, please, you wait me, I explain about halal. This person is not listen me. Say, okay. When you have something very strong, you come back. Or say, okay, what I make? What is the solution? Because this person don't listen me. I explain about halal, I talk about Allah, about Rasul, about interest about the halal, but this person is not listen me. Say, you have many confusion, Mr. Hidalgo. Muchas gracias. I say, please.
Thank you. Before you're going to take a seat, I just would like to ask you, this is true or not? You organize every year or 2 years before the pandemic COVID, the Halal Expo.
Yes, this is my idea now.
Yeah. You know, even Chile, only just small population Muslim, but they're doing Halal Expo in America Latin, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
you exporting more lamb chop. I like lamb chop, you know. There's
yes.
Not side effect, but the front effect. That's very good.
No, but Alhamdulillah, this idea is very, very, very interesting. 12 years before, we organized 2 activities. This halal exhibition and this about the standard halal.
Okay. Thank you, Abdullah. Can you take seat again?
Okay. Thank you very much.
You want participate in the Halal Expo in Chile, please just go contact him. Only just 24 hours flight there, then we can enjoy also the panorama. Right? Barakallah fikum. All right, we continue with our brother from World Halal Global, yes, World Halal Council, Jackie Gradidi. I'm sorry for that's not correctly pronounce your name. Please take.
Assalamu alaikum. Distinguished guests, respected officers of Indonesia, and also online guests, yes. First of all, I would like to thank you to be in this room today for this very important meeting organized by BPGPH. It's a great honor for me to present my speech on behalf of the World Halal Council. I thank cordially the preparation of BPGPH, especially Brother Zen, who organized this wonderful event. I have only 10 minutes, so I will speed up. Halal belongs to Allah, and Allah helps the ones who help His religion. Without the blessings of Allah, we are nothing. As HCBs, we are the part of the HCB. The quality of our job is more important as our work is only for the consent of Allah. Halal certification is not in its infancy anymore. It is now mature after more than 56 years of achievement. Alhamdulillah, Halal has become a major ecosystem in itself, where millions of Muslims work for the benefit of Muslims worldwide. So Halal is not limited to certifying, as it has now begun to lead the way for safe and healthy harvesting, producing, preserving, distribution, and marketing. In other words, halal has evolved into a real industry. And this is the good part. The other part is halal certifying is also transformed, and now certifying is applicable almost everywhere. That brings many opportunities and new halal certifying bodies into the system. And as it gets bigger, as the halal gets bigger, the problems become more complicated. I will now talk about a few problems that we see. It's important to note that halal certification is not a business. It's a noble means to serve the Muslims and the wider community. As Muslims, we are duty-bound to support, cooperate, and assist each other, especially in the noble service of halal provision for the global Muslim Ummah. Allah Ta'ala commands in the Quran, and cooperate with each other in deeds of righteousness and virtue, and do not assist one another in acts of sins and aggression. Surah 5, Ayat 2. Globalization and the interdependence make trades of goods and services easier, but also more problematic. As you know, ingredients of even the most basic food product are collected from different parts of the world. Considering that one single HCB cannot check all ingredients for halalness, HCBs around the world should communicate and transparent with each other. In the receiver side of halal certification, I mean the halal certified companies, sometimes even the governmental bodies and other stakeholders tend to perceive halal as a business. When we mean business, we mean money. A few years ago, I was attending a halal convention in Malaysia. One of the speakers, who was a CEO of one of the biggest multinational companies in the world, in his speech, this guy said, halal certification is a lucrative business. I imagine that he thought the HCBs just open up a small office with one table, 2-3 chairs, and get the applications and sign a paper for nothing, and in exchange they get an enormous amount of money. Let me correct this one. Halal certificate is not a business in the first place. This is a contradiction because halal certificate is a means to serve Muslims and other people. We see that more and more HCBs are now established, and as more and more HCBs come into the marketplace, price of certifying change according to supply and demand principle. Newcomers also want to grab a bite of the pie, and this brings the competition. This is understandable. From a capitalistic view, but from the Islamic side, this is not thinkable. Rules of the play must be only as per the Islamic rules. That means we have to protect Muslims by doing our work better, and our competition must be only to give the better service. If your organization can serve the Ummah better than my organization, you deserve to be the certifier. Allah likes the ones who do their work better. Communication is, alhamdulillah, much easier compared to 10 years ago. Thus, communication should play an important part in our work and supposedly facilitate our work. But is that the case? Although everything seems easier these days, the level of interaction are less. Why? One reason for the lack of communication is competition. HCBs are reluctant to share information for 3 main reasons. One, they are bound by the non-disclosure agreement they do with their clients. This is acceptable and understandable. Second, they are afraid that their competitor HCB can steal their customer by offering better prices, better payment options, easier certification, and maybe longer certificate validity. Number 3, they don't want to be questioned. Possible causes for HCB may be a few low-quality certification, improper certification, arrogance. In some cases, it will be disclosed that the HCB granted the certificate without even doing the proper audits. Another point is that the so-called lucrative business brings many non-Muslim opportunities to the field. These non-Muslim opportunities just open up HCBs as companies or associations, and without any Islamic knowledge, they just give away some papers. I observed that one reason for non-Muslim intervention in halal certification is probably the endless competition among Muslim certifiers. Some HCBs compete with others just for the grabbing customer by reducing prices, giving longer terms and something like that. These are all unacceptable. So far, we have counted a few issues in halal certifying. In summary, we can say that we have problems in non-Muslim intervention into halal certifying. unnecessary competition among Muslim certificates, and lack of communication between the HCBs. Our philosophy in halal certification should depend on the three following criteria. One is halal and tayyib. You already know what it is. The second one, maslahat of Muslim. The third one is the taqwa principle. I am not going into details of halal and tayyib, as you already know. But what is maslahat of Muslims? When we say that it is interest of general Muslim public. Sometimes the product, yeah, we see that. Sometimes the product itself or the producer company does not deserve to be certified. For example, some companies mock Islamic values, ban headscarf for Muslim ladies, don't allow praying. They may also support different kinds of un-Islamic behaviors or acts as we know as sin. Like they claim support for homosexuality, adultery, etc. But on the other hand, they want to get halal certificate. I am not going into more details, but if the applicant does not respect Islam, there is no halal certification. Taqwa, you know, in a glorious Quran, Allah dictates the word taqwa 58 times. So it's an important word. One important thing is that we are here to serve the Islam and Muslims and not to serve the industry. That means we must be very strict as HCBs. Follow the protocols and not tolerate. Because, as I said, we are to serve the Muslims, not to serve the industry. Taqwa means, our certification must guarantee that the most muttaqi person, the person who has the most taqwa, should be able to consume the product without questioning. This will be safer for everyone and will increase the standard. Consider stunning, for example. When you open doors to stunning, industry always finds cheaper ways to stun and convince or sometimes enforce other parties to accept it. Remember the gas stunning? While we were discussing whether we could accept water-based stunning, some European countries allowed gas stunning as the only acceptable method. As Muslims, shall we accept such pressure? We are implying that we must be the ones, the HCBs and Muslims, that will say how to do it and what to do it. What we say and eventually accept must be only Islamic. If it doesn't conform to Islam, there is no certifying. I'll give one example. HCBs, for example, in the slaughterhouses, we install high-speed, high-quality cameras to check and monitor the slaughterhouse. It's an additional cost for the slaughterhouse, but this way we can monitor and check the activities of the slaughterhouse 24/7. A few words for the one halal standard. HCBs have been discussing one halal standard for a long time. After almost 40-50 years, we can say that different groups prepared several standards and guidelines for halal certification. WHC, World Halal Council, is one of the first among them, and I proudly say that WHC standard halal guidelines is the real guide that can be easily adopted and followed.
Brother Siddiq, could you please make it more shorter?
Yes, okay, just finishing. One last word about the ISO standards. Authorities adopt the ISO principles and embed them into halal. In some places, having ISO implemented open doors to recognition and accreditation. Same logic for the HCB. This is critical and problematic because none of the ISO standards can cover halal certification principles at all. Halal certification is completely different procedure. If the applicant company has to implement a new management and quality assurance system for halal production, so be it. We cannot sacrifice halal for a standard like ISO. I have few words, but should I continue? 30 seconds.
Pardon?
I need 30 seconds only. 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah, because the time is, our time is limited. Please, because also there is
finishing.
Online.
Just
there is
finishing.
online,
Yeah. As Muslims, we should develop a strong and responsible work ethic. This is actually what is missing in halal certification. ISO or other systems do not bring the ethic to HCB. In the slide you see, as WHC members, we follow a set of rules which we call as code of ethic, and all our members are bound with these rules. I cannot go to the details, but for anyone I can share it. I believe that HCBs that conform to the above criteria can and should communicate and exchange information for the benefit of better certifying. Now, may Allah show us the right path for us all, and especially those who don't comply. That's all from me today. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Give a round of applause to our brother Siddiq from World Halal Council. Yes. Please, Pak Mahmud. Yeah, he's from Germany, and he will explain us about halal integrity. You also have 12 minutes. Please, your 10 minutes, yeah. 2, I give you a chance for after, right? Yes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Integrity, which is based on ethical values and which is an integral Dini requirement, is key to build trust and confidence. Hence, it provides the ability to create true added value. Ladies and gentlemen, confidence through integrity, moreover, ensures the sustainability, ensures the sustainability and recognition of the ethical halal tayyib concept in the world. It allows global halal trade to flourish to the benefit of all stakeholders and humanity at large. The success factor of the global halal ecosystem is very much depending on the ability and degree to which confidence can be conveyed in its halal products and services. The higher the confidence, the more cooperation, opportunities, and wealth can be created. Ladies and gentlemen, so we have to understand and realize that confidence is actually the real currency of the halal market. In terms of certification and conformity systems, the OIC SMIC and ISO standards are identifying the conveyance of confidence as being a key objective. With other words, the value of certification is generated by the degree of confidence and trust that can be established among interested parties. So the mission should be to foster public trust and confidence in halal services and products through an integrity infrastructure with an achievement of excellence. We need to systematically integrate integrity in the systems and to measure effectiveness of that through a systematic approach. Integrity is based on ethical values like honesty, decency, trustworthiness, responsibility, and other virtues. We as Muslims take it from the Sharia sources, from the Quran, from Sunnah, from Ijma' and Qiyas. What is needed? We need to have a global halal code of conduct. We need to agree globally, or we need to agree on a halal code of conduct and implement a halal code of conduct in all Muslim institutions, in standard organizations, in accreditation bodies, in certification bodies, in organizations and institutions which are in the service of the public. Because And it is really important. You can have the best system implemented, and you can work according to all standards, but if you have no decency, this will lead to corruption. So, knowledge without decency leads to corruption. It is very simple. So, on the other hand, we need to foster or to enforce the systematic integrity approach based on quality, based on compliance, based on competence, and to reach excellence through good practices. This system will enable the production of the development and issuance or production of good results. So, an added value for the society. So, this system is very crucial. I also want to highlight that ethical values are integral Dini requirements. So to apply in ethics in our systems and our work is crucial. Muhammad Rasulullah was a very ethical person and prophet, and all other prophets too. So we need to apply competence and a systematic approach for the effectiveness to make sure integrity is implemented well. So through this integrity and through this ethical values, which is a very magical thing, is the ethical values is also a basis where we can work with other people. Also, because they have also the same ethical values. These ethical values are universal values. It is very magical because we can meet on this platform together. We can convince the people that by implementing the good results and providing added value plus the ethical values, the people can agree and can also agree with the halal tayyib concept. This is very important, and through that we can win hearts and minds of the people because they see the good things from the system. When we can make the confidence or can convey the confidence, we can make cooperation, sustainable cooperation, and with everybody, not only among Muslims, I mean really with everybody, because the system is a system that is very beneficial for all people. So through this cooperation, we can generate or develop or work on or produce true added value for us all, not only for Muslims, for the whole society, for everybody, for the family, for the company, for the whole society. It is very also important to understand that. So after we create the added value, I'm sorry, can you go back? Yeah, okay. We may get recognition from the society, and most importantly for us Muslims, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This system can generate a positive feedback, a continuous positive feedback on barakah. So we can This is today's global halal assurance system where different stakeholders are working to assure the halal integrity of products and to convey confidence to the interested parties. So we have the standard organizations on the international level, on the regional level, and on the national levels. We have the accreditation bodies and the certification bodies, all working in the systems just to aim to increase the trust into the system. Actually, and also the manufacturing or the industry, we are thankful that the industry is implementing the halal standards, and many are really implementing it in a very trustful way. So halal is here also accepted, well accepted in the industry, and this is a very good development. Actually, we have global consensus, you can say, what halal is and how we understand halal. So when we look into standards, there is, you can say, really a global standard, global consensus of it. However, the standards, this concept, actually is not able to identify frauds like corruption, like criminal conduct in the background, or like also evil lobbyism, which leads to intimidation of maybe certification bodies. So, because of because decency is not applied well in this conformity complex, especially I can say in the certification area.
Brother Mahmoud,
Yeah.
I just remind you.
Okay. Thank you. I need just a couple of minutes. So we have the problems that the accreditation is not well accepted between the certification bodies, which have the perception that the accreditation is just a business facilitator. We have players that just have the accreditation, but because of the lack of decency, they just offer, for example, certification, cheap, easy, and fast. And this leads to the perception on the consumer side that this is a business case, a business issue. And also, the certification, the accreditation, because we have different accreditation, the accreditation is very costly, so also small and newcomers in the certification cannot participate on the global halal assurance system. So this is also a problem here. So is the global halal assurance effective enough meeting the goals on halal integrity? We have the unethical and un-Islamic competition, the criminal conducts, the manipulation, the frauds, the massive conflicts of interest, intimidation. We have corruption in the halal compliance sector, which is a massive growing threat to halal economy. We have also industry players should not work with players who promise fast and easy and cheap certification. And this all leads to the integrity of the global halal assurance system being undermined and trust in the halal economy being tarnished and compromised. So, it is of paramount importance to increase the linkage between transparency and the public-private cooperation to disseminate best practices and massive investments in the halal integrity infrastructure. What we need is not a cosmetic, cosmetic changes in the halal in the compliance system. We need a real paradigm change here. We need to increase the compliance with the same seriousness, with the same endeavor that which we are forcing also the development of the halal industry. So we need to have some balance here. Here is today we have a misbalance between the wish to increase the halal economy, but the halal conformity is not yet really met. What we want to emphasize and want to say is that the accreditation body, or like the international standardization bodies on regional and national level should work under one umbrella. And I see here the OIC, the best possibility and opportunity to increase the regulatory on compliance network requirements in order, for example, to implement anti-corruption standards and other standards in the halal ecosystem, in the halal standardization. There is a need to implement a halal code of conduct, and what can help to solve this or to increase the integrity globally is an establishment of a global integrity network where many experts can work together on the platform. So we should start with an halal integrity task groups, and then with conferences, and then with a permanent global halal integrity forum, where we have the topics, for example, the quality mechanisms, compliance issues, good governance, excellence, the competence, and also the good practice. So we should also to have a global awareness program on halal integrity, also until under our Islamic institutions from top to down. What we need is a real honest...
Brother Mahmoud, please. Please.
1 minute. What we need is really a honest leadership that enforce good governance practices and good governance practices. So we need also here a leadership training where we can develop this section. We need anti-corruption standards in the halal regulatory systems and an implementation and rollout of quality infrastructure in Muslim institutions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for I had to give some reminding for you. Sorry for that, because our brother from Lithuania waiting for us. He want really to joining this conference from Lithuania. I think this is European, is Europe, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Abdul. Yeah. Hello, brother Azinov from Lithuania. I think you want to share your experience in certification, and you also want to have collaboration or cooperation with Indonesia and with other countries for certification and harmonization of certification in the other countries. Please, Brother Azinov.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Thank you very much for your invitation. Unfortunately, this time I cannot attend physically, but inshallah, if today after my speech you will invite me next year the same time and the same events, I will happy
Inshallah,
attend physically, inshallah. So first of all, I would like to say personally for the personal affairs to BPJPH and for the Brother Muhammad Zan. And also I'm very happy to hear today regarding unification and implementation of the single standard global, inshallah. And also I want to say personal thanks to Brother Mahmoud Tatari because he talked about very important things about the corruption in whole global halal industry. This is important things. It's really important things. So,
Brother,
my name is Farouk
just
Hazmi.
remind you, you have 10 minutes, right? Thank you.
Okay. I will try very shortly explain. So, halal certification industry is a huge industry. It's more than $1 billion per year, alhamdulillah, but we have a lot of problems. And now, because in whole world is around 1,000 halal certification bodies is providing activities, halal certification activities. It means that only 100 of them have accreditation, global, international or national accreditation or recognition. The problem is now I understand someone because now every Muslim community, Islamic center, muftiyats, mosque, want to start provide halal certification activities. But the problem is they don't have any professional staff. They are not implement any standards. They do halal certification, just visit a slaughterhouse or some another production and give them the certificate. This is a problem. The rest of them don't want to get accreditation or cannot afford it. Those which can are forced to increase fees for halal certification, and this increases prices of the products for all Muslims. What this means? Just think about this. We, as I am also halal certification bodies, we spend a lot of money for the accreditation, recognition, accreditations, and these prices increase, the fees increasing for the price for the products, and majority of the production which is produced halal products for our Muslim communities, the owners is a non-Muslim. And we make them more rich, that's it. And we are trying to spend our Muslim brothers and sisters their money very fast for the paying for extra for the just for halal certification. In global recognition issue, 57 OIC countries, Muslim countries. Now is in Malaysia, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Singapore, and in Qatar, they implement some system, accreditation or recognition process. In Saudi Arabia, very strange. You need, if you want to export in Saudi Arabia, you should have accreditation, then you should register in SASO, then you will get subject recognition. It's very strange. It's very long process. You know, sometimes some accreditation or recognition process is taking more than 2, 4, or 6 months. You know, and the majority of them charge fees for the recognition, but their requirements are the same. Many of these recognitions do not even work because they don't have professional staff, no English knowledge, no implemented procedures or process. And what happens if each Muslim country will implement its own SHEM? Just think about this. If 57 Muslim countries will implement own SHEM, how many times every halal certification body will spend for get every recognition or accreditation, and how much money we will spend every year? It's also very strange. You know, it's very difficult. And All OIC countries shall be motivated to develop and implement a single recognition scheme, which will be accepted by all OIC countries. One single standard is needed for this. Today, I heard also that Indonesia, until 2024, want to be establish a global halal hub. It's very good news, alhamdulillah. And the OIC's mixed standard was developed by the OIC Council, but it is not accepted by the majority of OIC countries. It's sorry, but my words, but it's joke. How it's possible? All OIC countries is developed SMIC standard, established SMIC institute, but they not accept their standards. It's I don't know, it's fantastic. There is need a strong voice for the halal CBs from over the world. The Association of Halal Certifiers is only association of halal CB what is not influenced by any government or organization. Its purpose, it is not protect interests of halal CBs and give them one strong voice. Unfortunately, its activity was fully stopped during COVID-19 pandemics. Now we are starting to work with accreditation and recognition bodies and over the world to find the best solution for the halal industry and to all Muslim community, inshallah. Many different venues in different countries host various events related to halal. They are visited by a lot of different organizations and people from around the world to discuss different topics, including halal. Matters such as protections of halal industry, development of halal market are being discussed. Numerous programs, apps, QR codes, and blockchain are being developed. All of this very good and useful. However, it will not fully work until we are united. The unification in our industry is very important. The interesting fact, Islam is one single religion, alhamdulillah, where halal shall be single as well. We need a single standard and single recognition for all OIC countries. Biggest Muslim countries such as Indonesia or Turkey shall start the implementation of such as HEM and call Muslim countries to join it. Because you are bigger Muslim, your voice is very important for the global halal industry. We need to make halal easy and affordable for all Muslims and not complicate it. We are Muslims, alhamdulillah. We worship Allah alone and we follow the sunnah of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, we cannot provide different values, beliefs, and requirements as we are following one single truth. Let's make dua, ask Allah Almighty to guide us on the right path, to unite in halal, and to strengthen our iman while trying to achieve this noble goal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zinab. I think it's a very good intervention. I just would like to ask you just small things. Can you give a comment about the process of halal certification in Singapore, MUIS? What do you think? Is faster, less than complicated, or how? What do you think, according to your experience?
Now, as I know, they give the before 13th of June the transaction period for the halal certification bodies. After 1 year, they give this halal recognition, or I think it's recognition to some European company which is providing some auditing or something.
Yeah.
But yes.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Zinob. There's this morning also, I think my friend from SMIC, the Secretary General Iksan Ogut, has been explaining for us. We still in ongoing process to have the mutual recognition among OIC country. Be patient, inshallah, will be there is single identity what you also expected, right? Okay. Thank you for Lithuania. What time is it in Lithuania? I'm scared.
Lithuania, 12:40 p.m.
Oh, yes, 5 hours different.
After 40 minutes, we have a Juma prayer, inshallah.
Okay, and then see you next time, maybe in Jakarta.
Inshallah.
Yeah,
Thank you very
inshallah.
much.
Thank you so much for your very interesting remark and presentation. Now
Thank you,
we
Joe.
come not really to the end, but almost the end, because only one speaker, our friend and brother from Jakarta, Pak Abdal, is from KNKS. You can explain what is KNKS and etc. He would like to explain to us and to audience. The title is very interesting. Yeah. Here he said, the next stage of halal industry, a master plan in Indonesia. And this futuristic from this time, maybe until next 5 or 2 years advance. Pak Abdal, I think the time's yours. You have also 10 minutes. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Pak Sabta. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Distinguished guests, participants, brothers and sisters, and all the speakers. MashaAllah, today we discuss a lot about halal, but now I'm trying to give something different. What Indonesia doing now related to the halal industry development. Now we're talking about the halal certifications, but how to develop the halal industry. This is the presentation. Okay. So, as you know, Indonesia is the biggest market for the halal product in the world. We recognize this, but we don't want only to become a market. We want to be also the biggest producers halal product in the world. That's why we are preparing for that. So what we are doing for the next 5 years, 2023 until 2029, is in our master plan of the halal industry. Our vice presidents chair the KNKS, the Special Committee for the Islamic Economy Development, Islamic Finance Development. So, Indonesia towards global halal product hub in 2024. That's the goal. That's why we want to have a master plan. We want to have the road to become the global hub. So, Bapak Wakil Presiden and Bapak Presiden already announced these goals, and the master plan will be completed by end of this year and will be launched soon. So, what are the master plan will be focusing? There are 4 sectors: halal food and beverage as well, cosmetic and pharmaceuticals, fashion, modest fashions. As you can see in other room, many Indonesian designers. Modest fashion is a part of the halal industry, and Muslim-friendly tourism. We know Muslim-friendly tourism is a locomotive for the economy. When tourists come to Indonesia, they need halal food, they want to buy halal product, and want to see the beauty of Indonesia. And what we are doing, the master plan will be connected with our existing master plan and regulations. So we want to embed it, the halal industry into national development strategy. We have halal law, 30, we have master plan, Indonesia Islamic Finance Development, already launched 2016. Many Islamic banks growth in Indonesia, and we know one of the biggest Islamic bank in the world, also Bank Sharia Indonesia. It's the merge, it's the product of the Islamic finance development in Indonesia. Master Plan of Islamic Economy in Indonesia, already launched 2019, and we also have Master Plan of National Industry Development. We have a National Midterm Development Plan from our government and the National Industry Policy. So all this existing strategy, we look at and we try to insert halal industry into our development strategy. So the main strategies consist of 4 pillars. First is policy supports. Yes, we want to strengthen the halal industry regulation as well. Halal product assurance systems, certification and traceability there. Increase industry productivity. This is very important. We want to produce more halal product, not only for Indonesia people, but we want to serve global halal industry, global halal market. So that's why we need to strengthen halal value chain with the excellent skill and competitive human resources, strengthening halal industry business players. We talk with business players in Indonesia. We teach them how to implement halal, how halal become their competitiveness, how halal become the reputable of the business. So that's what we are doing. And also we increase the research and innovations. Also for the Islamic finance, strengthening finance and infrastructures. We know Islamic finance and halal industry is two things like very beautiful in the one single combinations. So that's why inclusive Islamic finance and strengthening halal industry infrastructure must be implemented. So we develop halal industrial estate, we develop halal industrial clusters, and we ask Islamic Bank to finance these developments in Indonesia. And the last pillars is strengthening brands and halal awareness. We know if we have a product, the product must be world-class. The product must be high quality. The product must be recognized not only the consumer in Indonesia, but also the consumers around the world. So increasing social preference and halal lifestyle through promotions, education, and also international trade relations. So these are the pillars for the master plans. And to ending my presentation, I want to introduce and encourage all the participants from other countries to join our initiative to do the electronic exchange of the halal certificate. Currently in Indonesia, we developed the codification of halal export and import. So all the certificates published by BPGPH now already connect with the custom data. So all the export and import transactions, exporters can able to report the certificate number. So this, we call it Indonesia National Single Window. We'll connect with the custom process. We'll connect with the BPGPH as the issuer of the certifications and connect with the other country national single window for the custom. So currently, if you're doing trade with Indonesia, we know, for example, like certificates of origin, the next certificates of halal will be one of the requirements. So with these declarations of halal certificates in the, what they call it, pemberitahuan ekspor barang, will be the features of these codifications. And HS code mapping for the halal. You know, when we talk about the halal industry, yes, we speak about the trillion US dollars number, but what exactly the numbers? We don't have any statistic. How much the halal product export? How much halal product import? Because why? The custom process does not linkage with the halal process yet. That's why Indonesia will try to implement this and already implement for the export. And we encourage all the country first in the ASEAN country, Southeast Asia, will do the recognition for the halal certifications electronics. So in Indonesia export customs process, there is a code, we call it 952 code for the halal certifications. It's already there. It's very good things in our systems. And the existing producers in Indonesia already implement, report their halal product in their custom process. The feature of this, other country who receive the Indonesia product can request the electronic data exchange with our custom process. So in the future, I think halal will be global, halal will be digital, halal will be transparent. The integrity of the halal certificates will be maintained in the good way. So that's why I think I want to encourage all the country, all the participants, please speak with your custom organizations, with your custom authority. Let's start the exchange of halal certification through the global trade mechanism. That's my presentations. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wow. Thank you, Pak Abdul. You take our time, about 4 minutes. Interesting, the next master plan. What I just remind what former Prime Minister Churchill said, if you fail to plan, you are failing to fail. You are planning to fail. You have to fail to plan, you are planning to fail. That's a good planning, right? Detail and precise using the last technology, new technology, blockchain, where Prof. Yandra has been mentioned. Now, as we come to the end of the session, before that, of course, we would like to have a few comments of last word or final statement or some advice for us, for the audience, also online and offline. I want to start from Pak Yandra first. Pak Yandra, how about the society and also the industry? They are ready to accommodate all related with technology, blockchain and supply chain, I don't know, and then also metaverse and also...
Okay. Thank you, Pak Sapta. Yeah. What I am saying is Indonesia, I think, ready to, achieve its goal to be the halal center for halal product, world halal center. If we have the technology to apply on its supply chain system, yeah, also mentioned by Afdal before, so we have already the concept for that, and BRAIN, IPB, and BPGPX also have the similar or maybe pretty similar concept. Most focus on the technology. Without the technology, we cannot achieve our goals because technology, especially important, digital technology now is very important for making a good, efficient, and also real-time system, and also fast halal certification, halal traceability, and also halal logistic and management system.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're more efficient, effective, and also return on investment may be high, right?
Yep.
With the competitiveness. Now I want to invite our brother
Thank
from
you.
Chile. I think I very enjoyable your presentation, especially for salmon and lamb chop. Wow, your presentation is not interesting, also delicious. Okay, what your last comment or last word or final word or we call closing statement, please.
I just want I say for Jazakallah khair for my collaborator, for my slaughterman. He go very he try for this success about the halal certification in South America.
Go say to the audience, yeah.
Jazakallah khair, hermanos de Chile, los que están trabajando siempre con nosotros, muchas gracias y le dedico estas últimas palabras a ustedes. Jazakallah khairan.
Yeah, muchas gracias. Hasta pronto. Adios, amigos. Right? Okay.
Así es.
Yeah, that's I just translate from his language. Okay, and then my friend Siddiq from World Halal Council, you have also last what is final statement, please.
Thank you for the chance to speak once more. I'll just make a remark about the unified halal standard. As I mentioned in my speech, countries have already standards, and alhamdulillah now we have standards from everywhere. Every country has a different standard, but in basics they are all the same. It's good. The only thing is that it is important how the HCBs follow the standards. I mean, there are the standards, they are perfect maybe, but how strict the standard is followed is the basic issue. For some HCBs, these standards are only another asset to get recognition or accreditation from another related authority. Recognition has become a business facilitator, especially in Europe, where there are hundreds of HCBs working and operation. The certification business is very competitive. Some of the HCBs say that they are accredited, recognized by this agency or this authority and something like that. But in the end, like I said, it's more important how strict these standards are followed. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Siddiq. My brother Ibrahim, right? Forget. No, there is the name Mahmoud. Right, Mahmoud. I just remember from him, in halal supply chain, there is no corruption. Because corruption is haram. Is it true? Please, your final statement.
Yes, corruption has no place in the halal ecosystem. We need to work together, to cooperate together in order to increase the integrity and to fulfill our religious duties. So, inshallah, we will have success with this. The OIC SMIC is currently working on anti-corruption standards in the halal standardization. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Mahmoud. I would like to invite again, if still on, from Singapore, Bahardin Fazal. Bahardin Fazal, you still there? You still on? Or you just already gone? Okay. 1, 2, 3, he's already on business. In Singapore, it's time is business. Okay, and then last words from KNKS, the strong body from Indonesia. And would you like to give us your final comment or final statement, Pak Abdal?
Thank you, Pak Sapta. Thank you for getting together in this session today. I think to develop, to bring halal industry, halal product globally cannot be only Indonesia initiative, but we must work together. We must do it together with all the countries. So let's do together, bring the halal to become to the next level with digital, with the custom transactions, with export, import, with more productions, industrial. So I think in the future, halal product will be the mainstream in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That means halal industry must be, can be successful if we doing together. Like today's in Jum'ah Salat, we have to be berjamaah. That's synergy within every Muslim, every country in the world, especially for the Muslim country. Thank you so much for our eminent speaker from all this, from different countries. Interesting. Time is up for us, then I will hand over the stage to Master of Ceremony. Please, Rahma, I did also my job. Thank you so much. If there is any something mistaken, I do also apologize. Thank you. See you next time. See you next year. Inshallah. Thank you so much for your kind attention and stay until this afternoon. Finish. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you to all incredible speaker and Bapak Sapta Nirwandar. You're such one of a kind. Thank you. And of course, this moment has to be captured. Please remain on stage. We have to capture this precious moment, gentlemen. Let's take a group photo first. All right. On the count of three, please be ready. 3, 2, 1. Let's have another shot. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, love the spirit. Okay, thank you so much. Let's give them another round of applause for all of our wonderful speaker and moderator who have delivered an exceptional discussion. And of course, for all of us who have a strong commitment to advancing the halal industry. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the 4th International Halal Dialogue 2022. It has been an amazing and insightful day. And we would like to invite you to visit our website, www.isf.co.id, for talk show schedules, performances, and other details of the event. We would also like to invite you to visit ISF 2022 International Showcase. We have a variety of exhibitors ranging from modest fashion, food and beverage, Sharia baking booths, and many more. And one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, on your way out, please visit the registration desk as we have prepared special souvenirs and voucher for all participants. Bapak Ibu hadirin yang terhormat, saat keluar menuju ruangan nanti jangan lupa untuk hampiri meja registrasi karena pihak penyelenggara acara sudah menyiapkan kenang-kenangan yang spesial dan juga voucher yang bisa Bapak Ibu gunakan di tenan atau merchant yang ada di area eksibisi. On behalf of the committee, we would like to thank all guests for your participation, and we also offer our sincere apology for any oversight that might occur during the event. I'm Rahma Hayunidia signing off. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Have a nice weekend, everybody.